If you are walking into an American airport this summer, a single misunderstood rule about your liquid medications could bring your entire trip to a sudden, painful, and deeply stressful halt. The TSA won't just pull your bags aside. You run the very real risk of having your private medical needs, your critical heart prescriptions, or your daily arthritis gels pulled out and displayed right on the security table in front of a line of staring, impatient strangers. Through absolutely no fault of your own, a tiny mistake made while packing at your kitchen table can turn into an incredibly public, exhausting ordeal at the checkpoint. The truth is, the airport terminal has been completely redesigned, and the old ways of passing through security are actively triggering system alarms every single day. In this video, we are stripping away the confusing legal jargon and breaking down the definitive medication packing rules catching travelers off guard right now. Pay very close attention to how we handle hypersensitive emergency items like nitroglycerin sprays and insulin vials, because the new three-dimensional computerized scanning systems read these dense liquids completely differently than a standard human agent does. We are also going to reveal a free, highly underutilized government safety loop that guarantees you a personal, dignified guide to escort you through the security lines step by step, completely free of charge. Grab a pen, write these steps down, and let's protect your health, your wallet, and your peace of mind before you ever step foot inside a vehicle. To truly beat the system at its own game, you first have to understand the invisible mind of the machine you are walking up to. For decades, airport security relied heavily on human discretion. An agent eyeballing your bag, using common sense, or giving you a polite pass if you looked organized. That flexibility is mostly gone now. Today, the vast majority of major checkpoints have replaced their old flat X-ray machines with highly advanced, three-dimensional computed tomography, or CT scanners. These machines do not see your luggage the way your eyes see it. When your carry-on glides into that dark tunnel, the scanner emits a high-velocity web of radiation that constructs a literal three-dimensional digital model of your belongings. The algorithm inside the software is trained specifically to analyze density, shape, and layering. It maps out the exact molecular mass of every item in your bag. Here is where the trap snaps shut on well-meaning travelers. Liquid medications, condensed heart sprays, insulin suspensions, and therapeutic pain creams are, by their very chemical nature, incredibly dense. When left packed deep inside a dark fabric carry-on, alongside coiled charging wires, thick clothing fibers, and metal zippers, they create an opaque image artifact that the algorithm flags automatically. To the scanner's computerized brain, that dense, unreadable cluster looks exactly like an unauthorized hazard signature. The machine does not know you are trying to protect your heart health. It only knows that it cannot build a clear, transparent digital map of your luggage. The system automatically triggers an anomaly alert, locks the conveyor belt, and diverts your bag straight down the secondary inspection track for an invasive, manual hand search. Your bag becomes what agents refer to as an orphan bag, a piece of luggage completely separated from its owner's profile, resulting in a minimum 20 to 30-minute security delay that introduces immediate, unnecessary panic into your travel day. Go to any travel forum, ask any casual vacationer, or look at any generic airport pamphlet, and they will all repeat the exact same mantra, the 3-1-1 liquids rule. They will tell you that every single liquid, gel, aerosol, or cream in your possession must fit inside tiny 3.4-ounce containers, and all of those containers must be crammed into a single, quart-sized clear plastic bag. Hear me clearly on this. When it comes to your health, that rule is a complete myth. The federal government has carved out an absolute, written legal exemption specifically for medically necessary liquids, gels, aerosols, and creams. They are completely exempt from the 3.4-ounce size limit, and they do not have to fit inside your tiny, crowded toiletries bag alongside your shampoo and toothpaste. Let's inventory exactly what is covered under this federal protection layer, because it stretches far wider than most people realize. This includes your insulin vials, your liquid antibiotics, prescription cough syrups, and delicate biologic injections that require temperature control. It also covers emergency cardiovascular aerosols, like nitroglycerin sublingual sprays, which must be immediately accessible at all times. Large multi-ounce bottles of over-the-counter eye and contact solutions, prescription eye drops, lubricating drops for severe dry eye, and contact lenses soaking solutions are fully exempt. It even includes therapeutic and pain relief gels, which represents a major blind spot for many travelers. Topical arthritis creams, diclofenac sodium gels, lidocaine pain patches, menthol cooling rubs, and specialized orthopedic gel support pads are legally classified as medical liquids or gels. If your tube of prescription joint cream is a large, 100-gram container, it is protected. However, the rule is only your friend if you follow the exact operational protocol. While the TSA fully permits these large quantities, they enforce a strict boundary. The items must be explicitly declared, and they must be identifiable. If you are carrying over-the-counter pain gels or saline, leave them in their original manufacturing bottles so the agent can read the active ingredients instantly. If you are carrying high-level prescriptions or controlled items, ensure the name printed on the pharmacy label matches the full legal name on your identification document, letter for letter, to neutralize any potential friction before a security officer even opens their mouth. Knowing your rights is only half the battle. Knowing exactly how to articulate them under pressure is what transitions you smoothly through a hectic line. The single biggest error travelers make is keeping their medical liquids hidden deep inside their carry-on, thinking they will just wait for them to see it on the scanner. This is a mistake that triggers an automatic bag search. Moving forward, your operational routine must center on a strategy called the Proactive Declaration Protocol. As you are standing in line, before you reach the plastic bins, and long before your bags approach the conveyor belt, you must physically remove your clear medical kit bag completely from your luggage and hold it openly in your hand. When you step up to the metal conveyor table, do not wait for the TSA officer to question you. Look them directly in the eye. Present your clear medical pouch and speak these exact 4 words: medical liquids to declare. This phrase acts like an instant algorithmic override for the security checkpoint. It changes the entire psychological dynamic of the interaction. The moment you say those words, you signal to the officer that you are an informed, highly prepared passenger who understands federal aviation guidelines. The officer will direct you to place your medical pouch flat inside its own separate plastic bin, completely isolated from your clothing, your keys, and your standard carry-on luggage. Because the items are sitting completely in the open, the 3-dimensional scanner can read their density signatures instantly without any surrounding visual clutter. Under standard guidelines, if you have properly declared your medical items, agents are instructed to perform a rapid, non-invasive visual inspection or a simple exterior test, rather than tearing open your personal luggage or treating your bags with suspicion. You protect your privacy, avoid the crowd's size, and clear the line in a matter of seconds. If the insider rules and protocols we are mapping out right now are giving you the exact clarity you have been looking for before your next big trip, please take just 2 seconds to hit the like button below this video and subscribe to our channel. We dedicate our entire research engine to digging up the exact plain English aviation rules, hidden passenger rights, and structural changes that the airlines and the government rarely volunteer to explain to you on their own. It is completely free. It helps ensure our safety deep dives can reach more independent travelers just like you, and it guarantees you will never walk into a modern transit hub unprepared. Thank you for being a vital part of this community. Now let's get right back into the next critical asset safety rules. Imagine this scenario. Your ID is verified, your medical pouch cleared security flawlessly, and you are standing at the boarding gate completely relaxed. But as you look around, You realize the gate agent is making an urgent announcement stating that the flight is completely full, and all remaining passengers must step forward and gate check their large carry-on bags down to the cargo hold. Under pressure to keep the line moving, you hand over your suitcase, walk down the jetway, and take your seat. You have just entered one of the most dangerous, hidden traps in modern aviation. You have allowed your critical liquid medications to be sent down into the belly of the aircraft. This is not a financial issue. It is a direct threat to the molecular safety of your life-saving medicine. The cargo holds of commercial airliners are highly uninsulated environments. When you cruise at high altitudes, the exterior temperature outside the aluminum hull drops dramatically, and the air inside the luggage hold can rapidly plummet to near-freezing levels. For delicate liquid proteins like insulin, biometric suspensions, or highly sensitive cardiovascular sprays like nitroglycerin, extreme temperature shifts can cause immediate, irreversible structural damage. Freezing or near-freezing conditions can alter the chemical composition of your medication, rendering it completely inert, ineffective, or dangerously unpredictable when you need it most in an emergency. Conversely, if your plane is sitting delayed on a baking hot concrete tarmac in the dead of summer, the cargo hold can quickly transform into a literal oven, exceeding 120 degrees, destroying the chemical bonds of your prescriptions just as quickly. The ironclad operational fix to this danger is absolute and non-negotiable: the personal item rule. Moving forward, your liquid medical kit must never be packed inside your large roller carry-on suitcase. It must sit exclusively inside your small personal item bag, the backpack, purse, or small travel pouch that stays permanently in your physical possession and slips directly under the seat in front of you. Even if the airline forces an entire boarding group to surrender their roller bags at the gate door, your personal item bag can never be legally taken away from you. Your medications stay in a climate-controlled cabin within arm's reach, completely insulated from the volatile environmental extremes of the cargo hold. As we expand our travel footprints, we have to look past domestic borders and address the rigid, automated data infrastructure governing international arrivals. If you are booking a flight to destinations like Europe, Canada, Mexico, or anywhere across Asia, your medication preparation strategy must escalate from simple packing to precise data verification. The first structural trap is the letter-for-letter name match. International reservation software operates with zero tolerance for discrepancies. If your legal passport reads one way, but your doctor or pharmacy printed your medication label with a typo or left off your middle name, automated custom screening databases can flag that mismatch as an unverified, unauthorized substance transfer. Always verify that your medical paperwork, your official physician letters, and your physical bottle labels match the exact string of characters printed on your government passport. If a mismatch exists on a pending prescription, do not wait until travel day. Contact your pharmacist or your doctor's office at least 2 weeks before departure and request a corrected reprint of the labels. The second, and perhaps most shocking trap, is what experts label the ignorant American assumption. Millions of travelers mistakenly believe that if a liquid medication or over-the-counter spray is completely legal or prescribed by a licensed doctor in the United States, it must be universally legal across the globe. This assumption can lead to immediate confiscation, intense custom interrogations, or actual legal detention at your destination. Different sovereign nations enforce radically different chemical control laws. Common over-the-counter medications like Sudafed, specific allergy syrups, and nasal inhalers contain active stimulants that are completely illegal to bring into countries like Japan and Mexico. Customs agents treat these items as strictly controlled substances without exception. Furthermore, high-level international travel hubs like Singapore, the United Arab Emirates, and Japan do not just care about a paper note from your doctor. They enforce a mandatory online digital pre-clearance sequence. If you carry specific liquid painkillers, sleep aids, or large supplies of prescription meds, you are legally required to log on to their embassy portals up to 3 to 4 weeks before your flight, upload your medical data, and secure a digital pre-approval certificate. Showing up at their customs gate with a paper letter but no digital pre-clearance will result in your life-saving medication being stripped away at the border. Always bypass travel forums and go straight to the official foreign embassy website of your destination to secure the ground truth legal requirements. Navigating airport security checks can be an intensely physical, fast-paced, and anxiety-inducing environment, especially if you are coping with chronic joint pain, mobility devices, or the high-stress pressure of a ticking clock. Fortunately, the government operates an elite, completely free passenger safety asset that less than 10% of senior travelers ever take advantage of. It is a specialized federal program called TSA Cares. Write this direct, toll-free phone number down right now, 855-787-2227. If you call this line exactly 72 hours before your scheduled flight, you bypass the generic automated phone loops and connect directly with a live federal coordinator. You tell them your specific flight itinerary, your medical concerns, your implanted heart devices, or your anxieties regarding your liquid medical kit. The coordinator logs your profile directly into the local airport system and arranges for a dedicated passenger support specialist to meet you in person the moment you approach the security checkpoint. This specialist is a highly trained officer whose sole job is to shield you from the chaos of the crowd. They will guide you and your family through a dedicated, unhurried lane, handle your medical bins with maximum care, explain every screening step before it happens, and ensure your absolute dignity is maintained from start to finish. If you do not require a physical escort but still want to protect your medical privacy at the checkpoint, you must utilize the TSA downloadable medical card hack. You can print this small, official card directly from the federal portal before you leave home. On it, you clearly write out your specific medical conditions, your liquid exemptions, or your implanted pacemakers. When you step up to the very front of the security line, instead of verbally explaining your private medical history out loud for surrounding passengers to overhear, you simply slide this official card face down across the podium to the officer alongside your ID. The officer reads it instantly, understands your operational needs, and initiates the correct alternative screening protocols quietly and discreetly. It eliminates the stress of explanation and gives you total control over your environment. Every single rule, phone number, declaration script, and checklist we have mapped out today has been neatly compiled into a single, one-page printable cheat sheet for senior travelers. You can print it out and keep it right at your packing table, so you never have to try and remember these rules from memory. I have put the direct, free download link right at the very top of the description box and pinned it in the comments directly below this video frame. Your liquid medical kit is now completely insulated against airport confiscation, but your travel preparation is only half completed. Right now, as you are listening to this, your day of travel footwear choices are about to trigger an automatic, mandatory hands-on leg and ankle pat-down at the scanner podium, even if you paid for the premium TSA pre-check lane. Do not close this browser page or walk into the terminal blind. Click on the video displayed right now on your screen to uncover the 5 specific clothing items and shoes you must absolutely avoid wearing past the checkpoint this summer. Watch that video next. Protect your time, and your upcoming trip will thank you for it.